My name is Al Bean. I'm the Director of Athletics at the University of Southern Maine. All of us look forward to Division III week every year as we get an opportunity to celebrate the wonderful things that our student athletes do in the classroom, in competition, and in the community. We don't always stop and take time to thank them for the effort that they put in and the good work that they do. But this week puts that focus there, puts the light on them, allows us to thank them, and allows many other people, perhaps for the first time, to take notice of all the good things they do for the university community and the community at large.
Hi, I'm Samantha Allen, the head women's basketball coach here at USM. We have about 500 student athletes here on campus, and on average, our student athletes have a higher GPA than the rest of the student body here, so we couldn't be more proud of all that you've done. A part of that is the student athletes aren't just taking these easy majors. We have a ton of people in a variety of sports who take like criminology. They'll step up and be nursing majors, business majors. We have plenty of people that want to go pre-meds. They're taking a ton of science-based courses. And we have scholar athletes on the volleyball team, for example. Jess Williamson is in the STEM program, and she is tremendously athletic and does extremely well in engineering, so there's something to be said for that. You have Mary Karen with biology and softball. Kyle Curley in engineering and doing extremely well with that. 3-year captain to go along. We have Dan Delgallo, who just won USM's first ever national championship for wrestling, and he's a scholar athlete, double major, I believe. But about our Student Athlete Advisory Committee, and for those of you who don't know, it is a collection of student athletes that highlight some of the best aspects of being a Division III competitor. They are committed to academic and athletic excellence. They are huge leaders in the community. Our ongoing events for community involvement is our annual Halloween party that we put on for the Gorham community. We invite hundreds of little kids and their parents to come in for free and have a ton of games. We have a bounce house, usually a haunted house, and plenty of candy to go around. So our student athletes love putting together that event, and it's one of the events that goes on where we have every single team and athlete shows up to be a part of the event.
In '97, we had a collection of kids that were truly outstanding. One of the boys, our number one pitcher, Jason Jensen, was drafted in the 7th round by the Diamondbacks. And we had a number of kids who really would be D1 athletes. They all came together at one time, and they got to be juniors and seniors and ran through the championship all the way through. Actually, we won the World Series 15-1, I believe it was. So that was a special group. I've had a number of professional players that went on to play. I think it's in the 20s. Not sure of the numbers. Some couple kids played in Europe professionally. Bobby Prince, Jimmy Broughton. Vinny DeGifico was drafted by the Boston Red Sox. Made it through AA. Tony Minor was drafted by the Cleveland Indians. Kyle Kennison by the Seattle Mariners. Jeff Keaveney by the Boston Red Sox. Jason LaRiviere by St. Louis Cardinals. Chris Burleson by the Reds. And I'm sure Tip Fairchild was a pretty high draft pick by Houston. The one boy that made the big leagues was Michael Welch. Played on our 1991 national championship team. He made it to, he was drafted by the New York Mets in the 2nd round.
Hi, my name is Sarah Jamo. I'm the head softball coach here at the University of Southern Maine. This spring we're really excited to open the new stadium. It's been a project that's been underway for the last couple of years and something that's been on the table for the last 15 years, ever since the completion of the baseball stadium happened. There's been a lot of anticipation around this. The girls have been working very hard. They've improved every year for the last 4 years, and we look to continue on that improvement because there's a sense of pride in their work, but also for this stadium that the university is investing in this program and that they want to be better for that. I think that the 50 years in women athletics here at USM, but also with the stadium opening, I think it's really great for the sport of softball. I know softball has been here at the university for probably about 45 of those 50 years. So there's a great tradition and a sense of pride that we want to carry on. This stadium that's going to be completed is one of the best facilities in probably all of New England, no matter the division. So that's something that we definitely take a lot of pride in and we appreciate. And I know the girls that came before, not just the program that's here now, also deserve this. So it's great for not only the sport, but all the programs before and that will come later.
I'm Coach Ryan Harkerode, men's cross country, indoor and outdoor track and field. Get back here on campus mid-August, and they pretty much train and compete nonstop until early May. So it's a huge time commitment for those athletes, and it definitely takes a certain type of student to be able to handle that responsibility and manage that type of schedule for both our 2-sport and our 3-sport athletes. Yeah, we've done really well with individual honors. Track and cross country are kind of an odd sport in that it is an individual pursuit, but at the end of the day, it's how well the team does. So it's that mix. And we've had a lot of athletes earn conference and regional honors. And this year, Ron Helderman's had a very successful year for us. We qualified for the NCAA championships. Had I think the fifth best vault in the country for Division III, which is pretty impressive when you think about the number of Division III athletes out there. And the really fun thing about Ron is how much he's grown as an athlete in his time here. And in addition to it, he's a 3.6 GPA in biochemistry, who has classes that I can't even begin to understand, and is also spending, probably 10 to 15 hours a week doing an internship at Maine Med, working in a lab. His end goal is medical school, and he puts in a tremendous amount of time towards his studies and his internship, and still finds time to put in a good deal of training each week.
So words can't describe how much we appreciate you making our community better and really showing what it means to be a Division III athlete, and the best possible example of those are the ones that we have right here in the USM community. So thank you so much for all that you do.
I'd really like to thank all the athletes in Division III that, give their time, play for their school, learn a lot of things. It is a big time commitment by Division III athletes. That's a pretty neat thing to do, but appreciate it and thank you.
I'd like to thank all the student athletes for all the hard work that they put in. Being a student athlete is demanding, no matter what level that you play at. The course load they carry, the late nights, the travel, it's an experience like no other, and thank you for going through it.
Big thank you to all our student athletes here at USM. We sincerely recognize and appreciate the amount of time and effort that you put into your studies and your athletics, and doing the university proud both in the classroom and on the playing fields. Thank you.
I want to take this opportunity to thank our 500 student athletes at the University of Southern Maine as we get ready to celebrate NCAA Division III week, April 3rd through the 9th. Thanks to each of you for the way you represent us in competition, in the classroom, and in the community. We're very proud of what you do, and it's our privilege to work with you and serve you.